Welcome back to another residency. So I was in Wales a few days ago, so I got back on Sunday and then on Monday I came to Cornwall. So I'm in Tintagel for the week now, which is beautiful. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's just like surpassed all expectations. I really love the landscape. When I arrived last night on the Monday, I was a bit like overwhelmed from the drive. I'm quite a nervous driver and didn't enjoy the drive so much just because I felt really anxious and yeah, I just kind of wanted to pull over and cry, that kind of anxious. So when I arrived, I just took it easy, went for a walk, and yeah, the landscape just kind of blew me away, and I was like, it's going to be okay. Like, I feel really at home here. The landscape feels like my kind of landscape. This morning I woke up, did a bit of editing, and then I went for a walk. I'm really lucky that just by where I'm staying, which I'll talk about in a bit, there's a footpath that leads to the coast. So that was really nice for me, and Winnie walked along there. And there's just such a range of wildflowers, it's really beautiful. I also noticed loads of birds and birdsong, including stonechats, and I just love stonechats. They remind me of being at home on Dartmoor. And I sat down and did a bit of painting in my sketchbooks. And Winnie had a snooze. She's really sleepy, I think she's tired from the last trip. And now I'm out on another walk, just exploring. It's getting a bit windy now. It was sunny this morning, but yeah, it's going to be a pretty decent week for weather, so that's good. I brought 3 wood blocks with me. I'm going to do at least 2 reduction prints outside, I think, but I brought a slightly bigger one. I think it's like 7 by 11 centimetres, so not huge. It's like that big, something like that. And I was going to use it to engrave outside, but actually I think I'm going to do some sketches, take them back and then work from the sketches, just because it's a bit bigger than the blocks I usually use when I'm working outside. So I'm going to go find a place to do some sketching now and yeah, see what I come up with. I'm really liking these brushes that I found at my parents' house. I think I must have had them when I was in art foundation, and they've got little nicks taken out the end, and they remind me of a multiple line tool that I use for wood engraving. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying the marks they make. I've really enjoyed painting outside today. I've struggled a little bit to get the colours of the stones and the rocks, but it's been interesting. Anyway, I'm back in the house now, and I think this is the view that I want to do a print of on this block here. So this is what I saw last night, and it really kind of struck me as a beautiful view. So I sketched it today, but it's right on the footpath, and yeah, it's not very easy to sit there for very long, so it's a very quick sketch. But I love the way that you can see the sea at the top and here as well, and it's kind of, I just like the composition of it. So I'm going to use this sketch and some videos and photos I've taken to create a design. So I'll draw around the block so I know what size to do the sketch. Really, I need to get the first layer done as soon as possible so that I have a chance to print multiple layers over the week, as the ink takes quite a while to dry, and I'd rather have like at least a day between each layer. So I sketched out the image and added a bit of colour so I could kind of gauge what colours I wanted to use. So I think it's going to be a 5-layer print, which might be a bit ambitious for this week. But anyway, then I transferred it to the block, and now I've put drawing ink on the block so it's ready to engrave. I put drawing ink on so that when I engrave I can see contrast between what I've taken away and what I've left. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this. I'm going to go with bolder marks than normal, I think, chunkier tools. Yeah, I just want to be a bit experimental with it. It's the next day now, and it is so still here and mild, and it's just really lovely to be outside. So I'm just sketching a seascape in front of me, and we're on a walk. Yesterday I turned right along the coast back to Tintagel, but I looked on my map and I think if I go left I'll get to a beach, because we haven't actually stood on sand yet, and there is a little beach in Tintagel, but only when the tide's out, and it's out in the middle of the day at the moment and it's quite busy. So yeah, I'm just going to head along and see if I can get down to the sea. Yesterday the printing of the block took so long. I think I was printing till about 10 at night, But yeah, I got the first layer down. It was quite tricky. I was doing a lot of hand burnishing. Today I woke up and I felt a little bit panicked that time was going and I have a lot I want to do, and I didn't do any editing yesterday for this video and one that's coming out, well, will have been out the week before. And yeah, I can quite easily panic myself into thinking I haven't done enough work. I do that on a regular basis, but I'm trying to let that go a bit, because otherwise I won't enjoy my time as much if I'm worried about how much I've done, and I probably won't get as much out of it either. I walked to Trebarwith Beach now. The entrance to the beach is really unusual. It's like all stone, and yeah, it's quite a wild beach, this one. It's really lovely though, and it's sandy, and Winnie's had a play with a couple of dogs, and yeah, it's really nice. I've done a sketch here. I don't know what it is, but I feel like after I did in the previous residency I did in Pembrokeshire, which the video I posted 2 weeks ago, I feel like I lost some confidence because I don't think my sketches have been as good since, and I don't know if that's because I'm not going in as confidently as I was, but yeah, I just feel like ever since then, which for me is only a few days. When was that? It's Friday and it's now Wednesday, so not long, but I've done quite a lot of sketches since then, and I just feel like they haven't been particularly successful. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully I'll feel a bit better about my sketches as the week goes on. The annoying thing about being away on my own is that, like here, I could get an ice cream right now, but I can't because dogs can't go inside, which I understand, but how are you meant to get an ice cream when you're on your own with your dog? Because Winnie's got this thing, I think it might be from like her when she was a street dog in Cyprus, but you can't, like, if she's got her lead on, you can't hook it on a door handle or anything. She freaks out. She hates being like tied to something, so you can't, like, I wouldn't leave her outside a shop anyway because I'd worry about it, but I literally couldn't. She'd freak out. So yeah, unless I call into the shop and be like, can you serve me from the door, which I don't feel confident enough to do, I'm not going to be getting an ice cream, which is sad. Although Sam's joining me at the weekends, so then he can be my ice cream fetcher and I can stay with the dog. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying. When I got back from my walk, I had lunch, and then I've just spent the last 2.5 hours doing emails and accounts and things like that, because it's really hard when I'm away. I'm like, I should be making and walking and exploring, but also then I've just got this weight on me that I haven't done all the admin I should do, so I just decided to do something, and I do feel better now. I feel like I can be more creative now because I haven't got that weighing on me. So I'm gonna work into this block. So the next layer, I thought it was going to be like sea blue, so to get the bits of sea, but actually I'm wondering if yellow is the best layer to go next, because if I put a darker blue down, it's going to be hard for the yellow to sit on top, whereas if I put yellow down and then put the sea blue on top, the sea is always like a bit greeny, so I feel like that will work quite well for a blue to sit on yellow rather than yellow to try and sit on a darker blue. So I last filmed on Wednesday and now it's Friday, and I suddenly realised I haven't actually shown you where I'm staying, so I'm going to talk you through that now. So I'm staying in a little cottage called April Cottage, and I'm actually the first guest here, which is pretty cool. The owners contacted me and offered me like a reduced price so that I could do a residency here, which was really kind of them, and I was like, that's an amazing opportunity, because I think to you watching maybe it looks like I'm on holiday, but I really am working every hour of the day, and I don't really see it like a holiday. It is work. It's the nicest part of my work, but it is still work, so I don't want to be spending loads on accommodation, because that's like quite a big cost for me to incur for my business at the end of the day. So yeah, them offering me this place at a reduced rate has been really amazing, because I wouldn't have been able to afford a place this lovely and this close to the sea on my normal budget. They haven't asked for anything in return. They didn't ask me to share it or anything, but I want to share it because it's beautiful. So Sophie and her husband recently renovated this place, and the transformation is amazing. You can see it on their Instagram. I'll put the link in this video. When I arrived, I walked in and I messaged Sophie and I said it's like a work of art. Like, it's so beautiful and everything is so thought through. Like, it feels like an artist has decorated this place. So it's got a really lovely living space and there's 3 bedrooms. I love the quirkiness of it. I think my favourite thing in the whole house is the seagull plant pot on the wall. I don't know why, but it amuses me so much. Here's Winnie doing a good job showing off the sofa. She did get a treat for this modelling. So normally when you visit somewhere, there's like a strict rule, no dogs on the furniture. And Winnie's allowed everywhere in our house, so it's always really hard to police that when we stay anywhere. But I loved that in the booklet it says you can have your dog on the furniture, just put a throw down and there's loads provided here. And I just think that's so much more realistic, and just things like that makes it feel really homely. There's a really nice desk in the bedroom that I'm staying in that's been really useful to work at. Here's Winnie getting in the way. I feel like sometimes she goes out of her way to get in my way when I'm filming. I'll put the details of April Cottage in this video description because I really would recommend it. As you can see, it's beautiful and it's in such a good position for walks. So yesterday, which was Wednesday, I woke up and I felt so drained. I don't think I really appreciated how much energy it takes talking to the camera, which I know sounds ridiculous because there's no one there, but I think it drains me like it would if I was walking around a party. Like, that's what I've noticed, and I thought I can't do it today. So I just gave myself permission to not do filming other than just filming what I was doing rather than chatting about it. And I do feel better today. I am like an introvert, and yeah, I've just become aware that it's quite draining. So the block I've been working on, the bigger block, this one, the yellow ink, I find yellow takes ages to dry and it's still really tacky, so I don't think I'm going to be printing on that again until tomorrow. So instead, yesterday I took one of the smaller blocks that's this size and I took it outside to engrave. It was 3 layers, so I walked 2 hours engraving 3 times because there was just no way I was going to be able to print it with all the wind and all the elements. So I walked out to the coast, engraved, walked back, printed it and kept going until it was finished. And even though there's a couple of mistakes with that block, as there always is, I'm actually pretty happy with it and I really like the print, so that was a nice surprise. The downstairs is looking like a print studio now, not so much like a living room at this point. And today it's a little bit rainy. I knew the best weather was in the morning, so I got out and did some painting. And I tried to introduce some reds into my work because I don't really know how to use warm colours because I just haven't practiced. So I got this really bold crimson and started using it in my paintings just kind of to see what it would look like. So that was quite an interesting exercise. And yeah, it's just been raining this afternoon, so I've been editing the video you're watching now. And next I've got quite a few blocks here that I want to work on. So this mackerel sky block, I need to prep it for the 4th layer that I'll do when I'm home. So I'm going to engrave that. I also am going to engrave this block and get it ready for layer 3, which is going to be the sea blue is the next layer. I have my advent calendar block as well that I was working on the Cornish holiday I was on last month. And I have barely done anything on it since, so really do need to do something with that. And I think that's it really for my to-do list today. My husband Sam was going to be coming to join me this evening for the weekend, but unfortunately he's unwell. So that's really sad because I was really looking forward to sharing this experience with him and showing him Tintagel. So yeah, I haven't felt lonely all week, but I feel a bit lonely now. I think because I knew he was going to be here and now he's not. But I've got Winnie. She's good company. So yeah, over the weekend I'm going to probably be doing some more touristy bits just to kind of show you what the place is like. I want to do the other wood block that I've got left. I might even go out somewhere in the car, but I can't promise anything. I did take it to charge it today, just 1 minute up the road, but other than that I haven't moved it. Partly because it is so beautiful here, like I just don't feel I need to go anywhere. Like I don't need to find somewhere better because I'm so happy where I am. And also because if I don't have to drive somewhere, I usually don't because I really don't like driving, especially driving somewhere I don't know. So unless someone says you need to go here, I'm unlikely to get in the car. I think this is the longest anyone who's made a video about Tintagel has gone without mentioning the castle. It's Saturday today and I'm visiting the castle. I was meant to be here with Sam, so it's a bit sad, and I pre-booked, so it's quite an expensive trip because I paid for 2 people, but it is really lovely here. I thought I was in the gardens because that's what it looks like, but on the map it says early medieval buildings, so I'm guessing it's like the remains of somewhere, but now it looks beautiful because all the plants are growing on it, and yeah, it's really lovely. I'm looking at the cliffs that I've been walking on all week, but I'm drawing them from over here. So yeah, it's really nice to see it from a different perspective. I enjoyed walking around the castle and the island. It was really interesting and I was there for just over an hour. I would have stayed longer and sketched, but it was cold and windy and it started to rain, so then we went back to the house. And I've just been kind of sat around for a couple of hours now. I did a few admin things and a bit of engraving, but I just felt like I was wasting my time. So I've come out to start the last block that I'm working on. And yeah, the view here is amazing. So I'm looking over towards Castle. I feel like I should go there, and I haven't been, and I might go tomorrow, but it's just a beautiful view of all the cliffs. So I'm going to start the engraving now. It's about 2:30. So I might get 2 layers done today and then come and do the final layer in the morning. It's about 7:30 now and I've done 2 layers of the print. I've engraved the 3rd, but the sun is setting. And I was hoping that was going to be a 3-layer print, but actually because there's 3 different kind of inland bits jutting out in the print, it needs 4 layers, the sea and then like a gradation of colour. So I'm going to print the 3rd layer when I get back now, and then I'm going to come out in the morning and do the 4th layer and print it in the morning, which isn't ideal because the light will be completely different. But I don't want to leave it till tomorrow night because then I'm leaving the next day and I want a chance for the ink to dry a bit before I stack them up. So I've taken a reference photo, so I work from that as well as from life in the morning. So it's been a good day. I feel better for having been more productive in the afternoon. I'm really not good at taking a break, so I'm happier when I'm doing things, even though it's exhausting. Something I need to work on. So yeah, I'm going to go back, do some printing, have dinner, and then tomorrow I think I've got quite a lot I want to fit in because it's the last day. And I think it's going to be sunny, so that will be nice. But I can't believe the change in the weather from this morning when I was walking around the castle till now, because it's so different. Winnie's so annoyed that I keep dragging her to the same spot. She's like, why are we going on the same walk so many times in one day? But luckily for her, this is the last time today, although first thing in the morning we're coming back. She pulls back on the lead when she's bored of a walk, and she's been doing that for this walk. She just doesn't understand. When we get here though, she does like just lying down and having a look around. So it's the final day. I got up and I finished the block I started yesterday, so that's all done. And then I thought I really should leave Tintagel and drive out somewhere, but then I just thought, well, it's the last day and I don't really want to do that. So I've walked to Trebarwith Beach again, like I did on the 2nd day, because I wanted to revisit it here and just kind of relax on the beach, because it's meant to be sunny this afternoon, and so far it has been. It's been a bit overcast for the morning, but sun's just come out. So I think I'm just going to sit here, have a packed lunch and do some sketching, and then head back to Tintagel later. But yeah, I just thought this would be a nice way to end the week. I've just been sat here with Winnie for the last half hour, just taking everything in, because I feel like I have been kind of going non-stop this week. and it's nice to just take a bit of time just to relax. And it is Sunday after all. I was just looking through this sketchbook. My friend Esther made it for me in 2016 or 2017, and she even embroidered a little lemon on the front. And I was just looking back through it because I was sketching a lot in 2017, it looks like. And some of them, I'm like, no, that's not very good. But some of them I actually really like. And so 2017, that's 7 years ago. I can't really remember doing these, but yeah, I clearly in life go through phases of sketching and then not sketching. I guess I do one bad sketch and then I lose all faith. But I think that's when I went to Scotland. I did this waterfall sketch on the Isle of Mull. It's nice to look back on and remember what I was doing when I was sketching these. And I remember doing this one in 2022 in the garden of my pond, and I hated it, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to sketch again. And then I gave up. And then I started it again in 2024. But I've done quite a lot of sketches since arriving here. I think I've learnt that I like my bolder sketches with bolder marks and bolder colours. I don't really like wishy-washy artwork. I like really bold artwork. For my last evening, I decided to treat myself, so I got fish and chips, and I've just eaten them by the sea. I feel sad to be going, but also I feel like I've been away for so long because I came straight here from the Pembrokeshire Residency. So I've been away for like 10 days, I think. It's so different from the Pembrokeshire trip. If you've seen that video, which is a couple of videos back, we drove around everywhere over a couple of days because Sam really likes to explore. Whereas when you leave me on my own, as you can see, I'm quite happy in the same place. Like, if I could just holiday to the same place every holiday, I would. I like what I know. I'm really pleased I've actually stayed in the same area because I really feel like I've got to know the landscape, and that's been really good for my art, I think. I think if you go around everywhere, you see a lot, but you maybe don't take it all in. I realised I haven't really showed the high street because I haven't really done any shopping because I've had Winnie. But today I went to the old post office, which is a National Trust place, which is on the high street. And I wasn't expecting very much because it's quite small. I don't know, I just thought, oh, I should go because I've got a membership anyway, so it's free for me to get in. And it was so sweet. And yeah, I really loved it. It was like really relaxed, and you just wandered around the house, able to explore. And then there was a really lovely garden. And I just thought it had a really nice vibe to it, and I thought, I'm really glad I've come in here, so I would recommend that for sure. So I never got to put the third layer on the Tintagel print, the one on the bigger block, because that yellow layer is still so wet. I just thought I could try and put another layer on it now, but it will go very badly for me. So if I get much further with it, I'll include it at the end of this video, but if I don't, I'll include it in a future video. I've got that Sunday night dread because from the 9th to the 12th of May I'm doing the RHS Malvern Spring Festival, which is a 4-day show, and it's like 9 till 6 each day. I think they're really long days, and I took most of my stock to a gallery, and the show I did that I set up last month, and it's going on till June in Morton Hampstead. There's a video about that a few videos back. So I have like barely any stock, and obviously I've been here, so yeah, I've got that to go back to, like a lot of framing. I did think if I can find the energy, I will do a day in the life at a show and maybe show you like what I sell in a day and what my day looks like. So I might do that, it just depends, because I do find it really exhausting. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the owners of April Cottage for the opportunity. Like, I've loved staying here. I've loved the cottage, I've loved the landscape, and yeah, I'm just so thankful that I've had this experience. So yeah, I'll be back shortly with more videos, but probably not more residencies for a while because it's, you know, spring, summer, things are more expensive. So it's probably not going to be till the autumn, winter until I get to do a residency again, but that's okay. I have plenty of work to keep me going until then.